Hi! So today we are going to talk about Goddamn by Avenged Sevenfold. Such a cool song. Oh my god. And yeah, we're going to talk about the solo that comes just before the clean part. And I think the solo is played with an octave pedal, so it won't sound exactly the same. But I think it's a really good thing to try to duplicate sounds that are made with pedals without the actual pedals, because that it widens your ability to play guitar without having to depend on too much gear. Yeah, let's just get talking. And yeah, the song is in drop D, and for this particular lesson it doesn't matter that much because you're not using the very lowest string, but it's okay to know. So yeah, it's in drop D. Let's play and then we talk about it. Yeah. About today, and it's a lot of sliding and string skipping and all that fun stuff. So yeah, just be prepared for some technical workouts. But yeah, let's get talking. Okay, so you start on the 10th fret of the E string, and you play 7 on the G string, and then you play 10 on the E string again, but you slide pretty quickly up to the 17th fret of the E string. So together with the whole shabam in the start of this, you have this. And then you play 14 on the G string. And then 17 again on the E string, but you slide down to the 16th fret. And then you have 13 on the G string. And then you have 16 again. So far, okay, this can be quite difficult to follow because it's a lot of string changing. So we're going to go back and forth quite a lot. So yeah, up until now we have this. And then you play 15 on the E string. And 12 on the G string, and then 16 on the B string. So together with the whole thing we got there, we have so yeah, it sounds so cool. And then you sort of start a little bit over again. You start on the 10th fret of the E string again, and then 7th fret of the G string again, and then 10 on the E string, and again slide quite fast up to the 17th fret, and then 14 on the G string, and then 17, 16 on the E string, and then 13 on the G string, and then 16 on the E string, and then 22 on the E string. So there we have this. Yeah. So together with those two we have. You have 19 on the G string, and then 22, 21, 20 and 19 on the E string, and then 20, 19, 18, 17, and then 18, 17, 16, on the G string, and then 17 on the E string again. So that whole shabam after the 22nd fret, you have 19. It sounds so cool. And then there comes this run that I'm not quite sure of, but I think it fits in the song and it works, so let's just roll with it. You go down to the 5th fret of the, you know what, let's take the whole thing we have so far. Okay, so on the A string, and then I'm not sure, but I snuck in this Hail to the King riff, which is this it's not that, but yeah, and that is 5, 7, 8 on the A string, and then 7 on the D string. And then we have 7, 9, 10 on the G string. So you lie on the 5th fret of the A string at first, and then you start the run. So there's technically 2 hits on the 5th fret of the A string. Then you play 10, 12, 13 on the B string. And then you bend the 13th fret up full bend, so that up to the 15th fret, so it sounds like this. And then you release it again, so you get 2 notes of 1 hit, so technically 3, but okay. And then you have the 10th fret of the B string. And then 12 on the G string, and then 10, and then 12 again with a slight bend. Yeah, so that's the completeness of the completeness, so let's just play it in its completeness. Yeah. Talk about my opinions of the stage, and I thought that might be the video for this Thursday, and let me know if that's a plan, and yeah, also let me know which song is your favorite song from this album, because I am having quite a hard time picking one, because every time I listen to it, it seems to be somewhat of a new different, it's somewhat of a new favorite song, and